Are you wondering which diet is really better, plant-based or full of meat? Some people say plants give more energy, while others swear by animal foods for strength. Eating the right foods can change how you feel every day. Plant-based diets come from fruits, veggies, and grains, while animal-based diets focus on meat, eggs, and dairy. In this video, we'll break down the benefits, risks, and what works best for energy, strength, and long-term health. Number 1. Understanding the diet debate. When it comes to what we eat, two main types of diets often come up: plant-based diets and animal-based diets. A plant-based diet focuses mostly on foods that come from plants, such as vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, and seeds. Some people who follow this diet eat small amounts of animal products, but the main focus is on plants. An animal-based diet, on the other hand, emphasizes meat, fish, eggs, and dairy as the main sources of calories and protein. People who follow this diet get most of their nutrients from animal foods rather than plants. Choosing between these diets is not just about taste or habit. What we eat can have a big impact on our health. Diets can affect our energy levels, strength, weight, and even how our organs work. For example, some research shows that plant-based diets are linked to lower risk of heart disease, while diets rich in animal products can help build strong muscles if balanced properly. Diet choices also affect the environment. Plant-based diets usually use less water and land and create fewer greenhouse gases than animal-heavy diets. This means eating plants can help reduce pollution and fight climate change. Finally, diet affects physical performance. What we eat determines how much energy we have for school, work, sports, and daily activities. Choosing the right balance of foods can help us feel stronger, more alert, and healthier overall. Number 2. Nutritional differences. When we compare plant-based and animal-based diets, one of the first things to look at is macronutrients. Macronutrients include protein, fats, and carbohydrates, which are the main sources of energy for our bodies. Plant-based diets usually provide more carbohydrates and fiber from fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. They also contain some protein, though it can be less concentrated than in animal foods. Animal-based diets are higher in protein and fats, especially healthy fats like omega-3 from fish and saturated fats from meat and dairy. Micronutrients, which include vitamins and minerals, are also different between these diets. Plant foods are rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, and many minerals such as magnesium and potassium. Animal foods are excellent sources of vitamin B12, heme iron, zinc, and vitamin D. These nutrients are often easier for the body to absorb from animal sources, but plant foods have unique compounds like phytonutrients that provide additional health benefits. Some nutrients are particularly important to notice. Vitamin B12 is mainly found in animal products, while iron from plants may be less easily absorbed. Omega-3 fatty acids are abundant in fish, but can also be obtained from flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. Fiber is plentiful in plant foods and helps with digestion and heart health. Understanding these differences is key for planning a balanced diet. Both plant-based and animal-based diets can provide the nutrients your body needs if planned carefully. Number 3. Health impacts. What we eat has a major effect on our health. Plant-based diets are often linked to lower cholesterol, healthier blood pressure, and better weight management. People who eat mostly plants usually consume less saturated fat and more fiber, which helps keep the heart and blood vessels healthy. Research shows that plant-based diets can reduce the risk of heart disease and improve overall cardiovascular health. Animal-based diets can also be healthy when balanced properly. Lean meats, fish, eggs, and dairy provide high-quality protein and important nutrients like vitamin B12 and iron. However, diets high in red or processed meats may increase cholesterol and the risk of heart disease, especially if consumed in large amounts. The type of fat matters too. Healthy fats from fish or dairy are better for heart health than saturated fats from fatty cuts of meat. Diet choices also influence conditions like diabetes, obesity, and certain cancers. Plant-based diets rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes can lower blood sugar and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Diets high in processed animal foods are linked in some studies to higher risk of obesity and certain types of cancer, while moderate consumption of fish, eggs, and lean meats can support healthy weight and metabolism. Overall, both plant-based and animal-based diets can be healthy if balanced correctly. Knowing the benefits and risks helps people make choices that support long-term health. Number 4. Muscle and physical performance. Protein is essential for building and repairing muscles, so it plays a big role in strength, endurance, and recovery. Animal-based proteins found in meat, fish, eggs, and dairy are considered complete because they contain all the essential amino acids the body needs. These proteins are also highly digestible, which means your body can use them efficiently to repair muscles and build strength after workouts. Plant-based proteins found in beans, lentils, tofu, nuts, seeds, and whole grains can also support muscle growth, but they sometimes lack one or more essential amino acids. However, by combining different plant foods, Such as rice and beans or hummus and whole grain bread, you can get all the essential amino acids. Plant proteins also contain additional nutrients like fiber, antioxidants, and phytochemicals, which support overall health and reduce inflammation, helping recovery. Athletes on plant-based diets may need to pay closer attention to protein intake and, in some cases, use supplements like pea protein, soy protein, or a blend of plant proteins to meet their daily needs. Animal-based diets usually provide enough protein naturally, but balance is still important to avoid excess saturated fat. Number 5. Digestive health. Digestive health is strongly influenced by what we eat. Plant-based diets are naturally high in fiber, which comes from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Fiber helps keep the digestive system moving, prevents constipation, and feeds the healthy bacteria in our gut. A strong gut microbiome supports nutrient absorption, immunity, and even mood. Plant-based diets also tend to be rich in prebiotics, which are compounds that nourish good bacteria, improving overall digestive function. Animal-based diets provide little or no fiber, especially if they are heavy in meat and dairy. High amounts of animal protein and fat can slow digestion for some people, leading to bloating or irregular bowel movements. Processed meats can also disturb gut health if eaten in large quantities. However, animal products supply nutrients like heme iron, vitamin B12, and zinc, which are highly bioavailable and easier for the body to absorb than from plant sources. Both diets impact nutrient absorption in different ways. A plant-based diet requires attention to combinations of foods, like pairing vitamin C-rich foods with plant iron sources to enhance absorption. Animal-based diets generally provide readily absorbed nutrients but may need fiber from other foods to support gut function. A balanced approach ensures the gut stays healthy, nutrients are absorbed effectively, and digestion runs smoothly. Proper planning can make either diet supportive of long-term digestive health. Number 6. Sustainability and environmental impact. The type of diet we follow not only affects our health but also the planet. Animal-based diets, which rely heavily on meat, dairy, and eggs, generally require more land, water, and energy compared to plant-based diets. Livestock farming produces significant greenhouse gases like methane, which contribute to climate change. It also requires large amounts of feed, water, and land, putting pressure on natural resources. Plant-based diets, on the other hand, tend to have a smaller environmental impact. Growing vegetables, fruits, grains, and legumes uses less water and land and generates fewer greenhouse gases. Plant-based foods also require less energy to produce, transport, and store. This makes them a more sustainable option for reducing carbon footprints and conserving natural resources. The difference in environmental impact is especially noticeable when comparing red meat to plant foods. Beef production is one of the highest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions among foods, while lentils, beans, and grains produce much lower emissions per calorie. Choosing more plant-based meals can reduce the strain on ecosystems, conserve water, and help mitigate climate change. Number 7. Ethical considerations. Ethics is an important part of the diet debate. Many people choose plant-based diets because of concerns about animal welfare. Factory farming and industrial animal production often involve crowded conditions, limited movement, and practices that many consider inhumane. By reducing or eliminating animal products, people feel they are making a choice that avoids causing harm to animals. Moral arguments for plant-based diets also focus on the idea that humans can meet their nutritional needs without consuming animals. Choosing plants can reduce the demand for meat, eggs, and dairy, which can indirectly reduce suffering and the number of animals raised in poor conditions. Some people also connect plant-based eating to compassion for all living beings and the ethical responsibility to protect animals whenever possible. Consumer choices have a strong influence on the food industry. When more people choose plant-based products, companies respond by producing alternative proteins, improving animal welfare standards, and developing more sustainable food options. Even small changes in individual diets can create larger shifts in production practices over time. Number 8. Disease prevention and longevity. The foods we eat can affect how long and how well we live. Epidemiological studies show that people who follow mostly plant-based diets tend to have a lower risk of chronic diseases and may live longer. Diets high in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes are linked to lower rates of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and some cancers. These foods are full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber that protect the body from damage and inflammation over time. Animal-based diets can also support health if balanced correctly. Lean meats, fish, eggs, and dairy provide essential nutrients like protein, vitamin B12, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids. These nutrients support muscle health, brain function, and overall energy. However, diets high in red and processed meats are associated with higher risks of heart disease, certain cancers, and inflammation, especially if consumed in large amounts over many years. Plant foods also contain compounds that fight inflammation, protect cells, and support the immune system. Chronic inflammation is linked to aging and many diseases, so these anti-inflammatory effects are very important for longevity. Choosing more plant-based meals while moderating animal products can help reduce disease risk and support long-term health. By making informed diet choices, people can improve their chances of living longer, healthier lives, while reducing the risk of serious diseases. Number 9, practicality and accessibility. When choosing a diet, practicality and accessibility are very important. Plant-based diets can be affordable and widely available in many areas, especially if you focus on staples like beans, lentils, vegetables, and seasonal fruits. However, some specialized plant-based products like meat alternatives or protein powders may be more expensive. Cultural preferences also play a role, as some communities traditionally eat more meat, while others already rely heavily on plant foods. Animal-based diets are often easy to follow in regions where meat, eggs, and dairy are widely available. However, high-quality animal products can be costly, and relying heavily on meat may not be feasible for everyone. Planning meals carefully is key for both diets to ensure all essential nutrients are included. For plant-based diets, this may mean combining protein sources and supplementing nutrients like vitamin B12 or iron if necessary. For animal-based diets, including vegetable fruits and whole grains is important to avoid nutrient gaps and support overall health. Number 10, conclusion and personal choice. Choosing the right diet is not just about what tastes good. It affects our health, energy, and physical performance, as well as the environment and animal welfare. Plant-based diets offer benefits like lower risk of heart disease, reduced inflammation, and a smaller carbon footprint. Animal-based diets provide high-quality protein, essential nutrients like vitamin B12 and iron, and support muscle growth and recovery when balanced properly. Both diets have advantages and potential risks, so understanding these differences is important. There is no single diet that works perfectly for everyone. Each person has unique goals, health needs, cultural preferences, and ethical beliefs. Informed decision-making is key. Learning about the nutritional content, environmental impact, and ethical considerations of different foods helps you make choices that are right for you. Reflect on your own lifestyle, energy needs, and long-term goals. If your focus is heart health, you might lean more plant-based. If building strength and supporting athletic performance is your goal, incorporating animal products carefully can be helpful. Combining both approaches thoughtfully can also provide a balanced and sustainable diet. No matter which diet you choose, understanding the benefits and risks helps you make the best decision for your health, energy, and lifestyle. Don't forget to comment below with your diet choice and share this video with friends who want to eat smarter. Till then, see ya!